Good morning and welcome to Classroom Setup Day 2. Just walked into this mess. If you don't understand what's going on here, then I will link my Classroom Setup Day 1 vlog. Brandon did this yesterday when he was helping me. No, he did help a lot, but today I didn't make him come because I'm gonna be gone for an hour and a half doing interviews, and I didn't want to make him do all my work for an hour and a half. So I'm gonna get some music playing and get started. All right, job number 1 is gonna be to Clorox bleach all these shelves top to bottom, all these shelves top to bottom, and I think Brandon did these 3. Yeah, these 3 are good, so I gotta do those 2. And then my goal for before the interviews start, which is like an hour and 15 minutes from now, I want to have all the shelves clean, like bare minimum, that has to be done. And then before I leave the building, I want the blue shelves looking exactly how I want them for school, so they'll be like ready to go, which is where most of the stuff goes. Shockingly, yes, I know that's a lot of stuff, but you spread it out a lot. And then everything that I don't want on the blue shelves, I can put on these tables and figure out what to do with them next Friday. But I definitely, bare minimum, want the blue shelves to be ready to go. My gosh, I'm just like looking around. There's so much to do, but it's okay, it'll get done. Okay, just made a decision. Well, first off, I need to take down this best A because I bought a new one, and well, I need to cut it because it's really tight up there and it actually isn't broken. But anyways, I am going to put all of the xylophones and metallophones on the bottom like shelves. I might have to do one middle tier. Let's see. These 2 need their own. I can put 2 metallophones down there, and then I can move the glockenspiels there. Glockenspiel. Okay, so I should be good doing 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2. Okay, and the reason why is because I actually, if they are 3rd grade and above, I let them get the instruments down. My 6th graders can reach those very easily, but obviously the little kids, I have to get them for them. And these things have been falling anyway, so moving them isn't a big deal. So I'm gonna move those down to that. That guy's gonna go down there with him, and then I'll have an extra one, right? Yeah. And then I'll put the rest of my instruments on whatever shelves are next. I have some percussion instruments, rhythm sticks, stuff like that. And then my like drawers and stuff that were up here, I will just keep on the upper shelves because I'm the only person who needs to get into them anyways, so that'll work. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm freaking out. It's 12:20 and I have to be out of the building by 3, and I have feel like I've accomplished nothing because I just got back from interviews. I was there from like 9:50 till now because we had 3 interviews and they all went the full 30 minutes, and we had to discuss because we had some really good candidates, so we had like to really talk about what we were gonna do because it's an important job to hire for. But everything is still just like in the middle of the room. I mean, if I have to leave it like this, it's not the end of the world because I'll be back next Friday, but like, oh my gosh, I feel like I haven't done anything, so I'm freaking out. Okay, so my game plan right now is to get all the stuffed animals to the top of the shelves because that's where they live, and maybe I'll feel better after that because that's a lot. I've got a lot of stuffed animals, so gonna do that real quick. But before I left, I did clean every single one of these shelves, which I feel really good about. All I need to scrape off this tape here and here, and then I need to retape the labels there and retape the labels there. But I like having all the instruments on the lower shelves. My percussion instruments are here, and I emailed one of the high school teachers seeing if they could use that drum because it's literally just been in my room for 2 years. It's too loud for us to do anything with it in here because once again, we still have that room that has a hole in the wall connecting us. So yeah, gonna hopefully feel a little bit better about this in like 30 minutes to an hour. I'm also super hungry and like really want to eat, but don't have time to get food, so ugh. Okay, a couple fabulous updates. One, my mom is on her way bringing me lunch, and she was taking her kids, the she nannies, to Skyline, which is what I wanted to go get anyways, so it's like she read my mind, so that's really awesome. So I'm gonna get to eat. Update number 2, I finished what I started before I left for the interviews and got wood paper put on this, which has been an eyesore since I got here 2 years ago because it had the B word etched into it before I got here, but like you couldn't get rid of it anyway, so I had to cover it. But the only issue here is that I don't really get into these cabinets a lot at all, but there's like these little like knobs. I don't know if you can see. So the paper sticks out a little weird, and then at the sides I didn't have a straight edge, so it was hard to cut it. But I do have some extra of this, so I'm going to put a little bit around the sides and around the front, and hopefully it looks like a whole new area when I'm done with it. Yay! Okay, that looks so much better, and although these stick out, they're like rose gold, so they actually don't even look that bad. But if I can somehow figure out how to staple it, I don't know if I can. But anyways, I sort of like how this looks. So, oh, that looks so much better. Okay, what am I gonna put on top of there? Because now I used to let kids throw stuff on top of there pretty much so we could cover the B word. But now the B word's covered, I could put anything up there. So, I might put, ooh, I could put all my books up there because they were up on the shelves where the kids can't really get them. And I still have my teacher books up here, but I could put like my regular books because my timeout spot is right here. And if I put my books there, then they can grab a book when they go timeout. Ooh, I'm gonna try that. All right, this is super different now. I put my student books there, and I also have where I put my papers that need to be graded in there. And I can't decide if I like it. I feel like it's too much color over here, but I don't think I'm gonna change my bulletin board because changing bulletin boards is literally the bane of my existence, and that bulletin board is like relevant at all times. Although I do need to make this. And when I made it, when I first got here, I put a lot of work into it because I had to like make all these little letters and stuff. So I don't really feel like changing that, but I feel like that's like, I don't know, that's like a lot right there. So I don't know, I might move stuff around. It just, ugh, I don't know, I'm not happy with it. But I don't think I'm going to be happy with it today because I just don't have enough time to change it. I also am going to take all those instruments down because they just get on my nerves and they just don't really match anything. And what I would like to do is to put a like fake bulletin board up there. So you put like you put bulletin board paper and then you put the like surrounding stuff like that. And it makes it look like there's a bulletin board when there's not. And then I could put something cute up there, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh, it just looks so much like it did last year. I don't know why I expected it to like come together differently, but it just looks like it's always looked. I don't know. I want something like fresh. I don't know. Does anybody understand where I'm coming from? Or am I not making any sense right now? But I did fix this little area. I think it's sort of cute. I put the magnetic locker stuff on here, which looks way better. That's like a cute little area, right? With the flower. And I could put something else right here, like a little tray for something. I don't know. All right, it's 2:40 and we have been working hard. What did you guys do to help?
I don't even know what to say. I don't know.
They played with my toys, so that was helpful. They did get the letters for the letterboard out of the thing, but I think my mom did most of it. But we got quite a bit of stuff. Like everything's pretty much out and sort of in the right area, but I'll show you how I'm leaving it. The coffee area is sort of set up. It's just covered by a bunch of other stuff. Pete's up there reading a book. That's gonna be adorable. Got some of my holiday stuff put away. I did this. Still don't know how I feel about it, but maybe once all this garbage is gone, it'll look better to me. This is my timeout area. I've got these little flowers up here. This shelf is not necessarily staying like this. I just need to put that stuff away. But all my stuffed animals are back in their place. And then my instruments are down here, which I really like having those on the bottom shelves. And I've had this forever and haven't done anything with it, so now I can actually see it and might be able to use a little bit, hoping to get rid of that. This is just pretty much how it's going to be, except that drum that's stacked and the violins need to move. I got my calming corner set up, which people were asking about. So in my calming corner, I got this rug from Five Below last year, this from Five Below last year, and I just pinned it up. On one side I have it hooked to the command hook, and on this side I have a cute little pineapple pin. We've got this Just Chill sign, And in my calming corner, I have this pillow, which is a great sensory item to calm the kids down. This is a little weighted blanket. And I have 3 doodle boards, and that is like the best thing ever for a calming corner because it's silent, it's interactive. They like drawing on it. I used to have like one of those shaker bottles with glitter in it, but it broke, so I need to get something else like squeezable before the school year starts. This is cleaned off. I hung up a couple of my things that I had taken down, but I did not take down everything. This is just a hot mess. Here's this tiny diffuser my mom got me. It is so small, and it only diffuses for like a minute, but the smell is amazing. This is not going here, but this is done right here. And then that's all stuff that can go in my prize box. And yeah, it's not great, but it definitely looks a lot better than when we were in here this morning. Hey guys, so I wanted to leave the building with my mom and the kids when they were leaving, so I didn't really get to like close this out, but I also wanted to talk to you guys about my calming corner versus my timeout spot because I mentioned both of those today. So I have a timeout area in my room and I have a calming corner area in my room, and as you can see because you've watched my videos, my room is not big. I do try as best as I can to move everything to the wall so that we have enough space, but it's really not a big room at all. It could definitely be smaller, but there's just, once the kids are in there, there's really not that much space. But I do think it's important to have both a timeout area and a calming corner area because they serve 2 different purposes. So if I'm sending a child to timeout, that's because they're having disruptive behaviors or something that is taking away from the classroom experience either for themselves or for their classmates. I'm talking about like yelling, arguing, being bad. If they're being bad, they're going to timeout. If they're in like 4th through 6th grade and they're being bad, they usually don't go to timeout in my room. They usually go to timeout in the art room, but I try to not send the little kids over there too frequently because usually I can manage it. But the big kids, they know what they're doing, so if they need a timeout, then it's probably going to be in the art room, and she sends kids over to me and they go to my timeout area sometimes. But anyways, timeout is for behaviors, bad behaviors. The calming corner is not for bad behaviors. So when I started at this building 2 years ago, we received amazing trauma training. It was so good. It was like 2 days long, and we learned about calming corners and like the scientific evidence backing like the therapeutic reasoning behind calming corners. And I'm not going to get into that because I'm not a therapist and you can easily Google it and figure it out for yourself. But I will say that I think the calming corner is a necessity in every classroom. If I would have known about this when I taught middle school, I think I even would have had one in my middle school classroom. So in my calming corner, I have sensory items, and I also have items, I have the doodle boards. The kids can write on those. Sometimes they will write me, like the older kids will write me what happened or something, or like they'll write me a note or whatever, and they'll leave it there for me to read. But usually kids just draw on those doodle boards. Those are sort of like 2019 Etch-a-Sketches, but they're way better because you can actually see what you're drawing, and you can erase it or you can stay, and kids will get their anger out and draw things and then they erase it, and that's fine. For my calming corner, there's only one child there at a time. The children can ask to use the calming corner, or I can tell them to use the calming corner. How it's supposed to work is if a child asks, they're immediately supposed to be able to go there. However, I do have to bend that rule a little bit because I only see my children once a week, like ever. So if I let them go every single time they asked, sometimes it gets misused. So I mean, I know my students, so I can usually tell when they need to calm down, when they need to use it. So usually I'm the one who sends them to the calming corner. They don't typically ask. If I taught a regular classroom where I had them every day for multiple hours, I'd probably let them go almost every time they said yes, unless it's like the same kid every single day. At that point, if they really need the calming corner that much, they need to be referred for more intense therapy or more intense one-on-one, whatever, interaction. The thing that I love about where it's placed this year, because I moved it after my first year, in that corner, everybody else is facing me. I'm the only person facing the calming corner. I'm the only person who can see it unless the kids turn around to look, which of course I'm like, turn around like we're not looking at them. So they can see me, which gives them a level of comfort. Even though they're like in the corner, they can still see me, but they can't see the faces of their classmates. So it's nice, especially if the issue is with another classmate, they're sort of separated, and they can stay back there pretty much as long as they want. Usually after, like, if it's after 15 minutes, I'll probably find a time to go check and see how they're doing, if they need anything, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. But I won't go pester them right away. I'll let them sit there. 9 times out of 10, if not 9.5 times out of 10, they will just rejoin the class when they calm down. That's just sort of how we do it. I talk about it the first day of school. I like explain what the use is, and I show all the kids what things are in there, but they seem to understand that like if they misuse it, then we have to reevaluate having a calming corner. So they don't misuse it a lot because they want that to be an option if they need it. I just wanted to briefly rant about calming corners versus timeout because they're two very different things, and if you're gonna have one, I just think you should have the other, but you should not use the calming corner as a punishment. Hopefully that's helpful. If you have a calming corner in your room, I'd love to know if your school has implemented those, or if you have any good articles about calming corners or anything you want to share with our community. Feel free to always leave ideas, suggestions in the comments. This is a community. I would love for everybody to share their ideas and suggestions. Any other sensory items you think I should add. I usually have a glitter shaker bottle. I need to get one of those. I usually have something like squishy that they can squeeze, sort of like a stress ball type thing. I do have one. I just need to find it and put it back in there. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful. I hope that my classroom, I mean, it did not feel like I got anything done, but hopefully when you guys are watching it, you can reaffirm to me that it does look like I did something at least. And I will see you guys in the next video. Be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss any more of my classroom vlogs, my back to school vlogs, all that stuff. Give it a thumbs up if it was helpful at all, or if you just were entertained. And I will see you guys next time. I hope you are having a fabulous day wherever you, by the way, I stopped and got Dunkin' on the way home. Alright, bye.